Hi everybody, welcome to my speaker page. Now I know your time is precious, so if it's all right with you, I'll just dive straight into it. Let me say up front, why I love speaking is because I love education and I love helping people. Now what that might mean for your audience is it could be all about raising awareness or desire to act on a specific topic or cause, or it could be all about mind shift and changing behaviour, or maybe it could just be about helping people be a bit more comfortable in their own skin. Whatever it is, for me, it's all very enriching and humbling. Yet if I'm also honest with you, not so humbling is, why I also love speaking is because I get to have all the attention on me, which puffs me up and balances out any residual shyness or unworthiness issues I might still have going on, which I'm sure some of you might be able to relate to. So I know it's a really crowded speaker marketplace out there. And so I also know with all that speaker saturation, sourcing the right speaker for your audience can be confusing or even daunting. Now, for those of you who participate in presentation skills training, you might have heard something that goes along the lines of, true communication is the response you get. And now, if true communication is the response you get, with that in mind, rather than just put up some information on this page, I'd prefer to make a personal connection with you, so you get a sense of what it's like to be here with me live right now in this moment with you. So you get a sense of what my presentation style is like, or my energy, or my oomph, and whether it's a right fit for your stages and platforms and audience, and also just to give you a sense of what my point of difference is. As apart from my quirks, or maybe because of them, many of my clients do tell me I do tend to sing from a different songbook. Now, some of you might have heard me mention before that getting lessons from and listening to and learning from great speakers, masters and teachers, whether secular or all sacred, have been some of the most moving and uplifting moments of my life. Now, I'm not a bucket lift experience buff, but if you were to ask me, then almost certainly I would say sitting at the feet of speaker masters and being trained by the best of the best and delivering my own talks would certainly be high up on my list. Now, with all that background behind me, it would be tardy of me not to pass on some speaker gems that have rubbed off on me over the years. So if you want to captivate an audience and compellingly convey your message, then 3 lessons from the speaker masters I can vouch for are: people feel safe with intelligence and by pathways, and people desire to be respected and inspired and also challenged, and people yearn for good company and real relationship and deep connection. You see, I've found it's not only critically important to be able to package up the right combination of concepts, ideas and insights, but you've also got to provide a pathway or a structured way forward, one that you and your audience can see yourself walking on. And in tow with that, you've also got to be able to break things down and break it down into simple steps and step-by-step parts, so that your audience can not only take immediate action right away, but also they can use and apply your knowledge and your frameworks and your processes and enjoy scalable and repeatable results down the track. But you see, the thing is, in order for them to do that, something you won't be surprised to hear is, you've got to be approachable first. You've got to be able to assume relationship first, and you've got to make that genuine connection first. And once you do that, that's what allows them to believe you are more like them and open up and trust you. And that's also what allows them to feel validated and have a moving experience. And it's also what gives them permission to act in spite of fear and challenge and put their best foot forward and follow through. Speaking of speakers and moving experiences, before I finish, I'd like to share with you my experience of one of the iconic speakers of the 20th century, the philosopher sage J. Krishnamurti. Now, you may or may not be aware that Krishnamurti travelled the world for over 70 years delivering his talks. And always iconoclastic and idiosyncratic, he even used to refer to himself as the speaker to discourage or cut into any cultism that might have been forming around him. Now, as a young seeker, I had the good fortune to hear and experience many of his talks in his later years, towards the end of his life. Now, if you were with me back then, you would have seen me enthralled by this speaker force of nature, because no matter how frail and vulnerable he was, time and time again, in his company, you would experience his immense presence infuse the atmosphere and all of us around him. And out of that charged stillness, we all would take in together his timeless words of wisdom. And I always remember at the end of his talks, him full of love and compassion, imploring and beseeching us, will you try it? Will you do it? Will you do it? Now, I'm not saying I'm anything remotely like J. Krishnamurti. Remarkable speakers like him are not on every village green. So please, I'm certainly not saying that. But I am saying you will experience someone who will offer you a relationship and fully invest in your presentation, goals and expectations. And for sure afterwards, you won't have people coming up to you saying, same old, or I've heard it all before. Because for sure you will get fresh customised content, full of memorable themes and contexts that will move your audience and help them make the type of impact you want them to make long after the stage lights go down. So thank you for watching this presentation. And there is more information elsewhere on this page. And so if you have any questions or there's anything you want confirmed or clarified on how we can best serve you and give you something of value, then please be good company and get in touch with us. And until then, be who you are meant to become.